All right, we got the recording there active. Let's go ahead and get started here, everyone. Happy Thursday to everyone who's on the call here today. My name is Derek Woodward, and I'm with ASEA in our marketing department. I'm going to run you through a quick demo and some of the first things you should do with the ASEA Connect app. We should take probably about 20 to 30 minutes through that section, and then we're going to open it up to questions from you guys here who are on the call here today. So going through here on our slideshow, I just want to run you through a couple areas here. We meet twice a week, Tuesday mornings at 10 a.m. and Thursday evenings at 5 p.m., both Mountain Time. And these calls range anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour, all depending on the types of questions that we receive from you guys here in the chat. So if you have questions, the chat is a great place to do that. And then we can unmute everyone after the call and make sure everyone understands the different troubles that you're having with the app and how I can help you overcome them. So twice a week, that's our Zoom link that you can follow there as well. You can find our pre-recorded trainings on a couple different areas. We have a landing page or a main page for the ASEA Connect website, aseaconnect.me/training. And also we do have a Facebook page that we are still posting these videos on, facebook.com/ASEA Business Coach. Now, if you go to Facebook here and you simply search for ASEA Connect, you will be able to find this page here where you can see all of the different postings that we've done here. Here's one that I put up just last week as well. So you can go here and you can watch it, you can share it with other associates who are learning this app and need a little extra step up on how to use ASEA Connect. So inside the app, we have an area for app training. So in addition to what you're going to get from me here on today's quick rundown call, we have a section in there for app training that you can use to answer some of your questions about how do the contacts work, how do I share via SMS or text message, how do I import contacts, and things like that I've put together here for you so that you guys can use this as a resource whenever you're out and about and unable to get a hold of me. So on today's call, we're going to kind of change it up just a little bit than how we had it before. I'm going to go through these different topics here, such as basic navigation, adjusting your settings in your picture, finding your favorite ASEA content, adding your first contact, and so on down here. And this is going to be really what we're going to be focusing on today, on today's call. And if you need more additional support on some of these things that we talk about, go ahead and ask it there in the chat. And if we need to, we can set up a one-on-one call where I can work with you individually and we can solve some of the questions that you have there. So in order to get a hold of me, by the way, I want to make sure this is in the chat here. We have a FAQ document that we've put together here that you can use as a resource, and I know a lot of people have because they mention how helpful it is for them. So in the chat, you should see a FAQ download. Make sure you save that onto your desktop. We also have it in the app. I can show you where you can find it in the app here in just a minute. And it's going to go through 5 to 6 different pages of questions that other associates have had and other employees of ASEA when they were testing out this app. And we put them together in that FAQ document for you guys to use as a resource. So if you guys need to reach me, we have a technical support contact that you can use to contact me. And that email address is connect@aseaglobal.com. That is the primary email address that you can use to ask me questions, to get support on the app. If something's not working just right, you can use that email, connect@aseaglobal.com, to get resource there. I've also included down my personal dwoodward@aseaglobal.com. For any of you guys who need to reach me directly, you can do that as well. But keep in mind that both of these emails go right to me. All right, so moving along here, let's go ahead and bring our apps over into the mainframe. And let's start talking about what we're going to discuss here today. I'm going to move some things around here so that we can keep the flow. Yeah, we're testing out a new microphone today, so if you guys are having difficulties hearing me, please go ahead and put it in the chat so that I can adjust it as necessary. Sometimes it's a little bit difficult to hear if the microphone's working properly on my side. All right, so now what we have here, we have both of the apps up into frame here. We have our Android app on the left and our iPad app on the right. Now, each of these different apps work very similarly, and so you're going to notice that as I go through some things are a little bit different, such as the settings button is on the left on the iPad versus the right on the Android. And so I'll try and go through and explain some of those differences as we go along through our training. But the first thing I want to talk about here is just our basic navigation of the app. And when you first log into the app, which by the way, you're going to want to use your ASEA Virtual Office credentials to log into the app, you are going to log in and see a page that looks just like this. Okay, and depending on where you're at regionally, I'm in the United States English section of the app, and so this is the content that I see ready for that. If you're logging into Australia, for instance, you may not see some of the videos that I have up here on my screen. So keep that in mind as you're going through. The content does differ between different markets, which is a great feature that we're excited to have here in the app. So basic navigation as I go through here, you can see we have some major banners across the top. These are all clickable and tappable. If you want to go through and tap those, it will search for different search terms such as VIA and other areas, and this can take you also to the ASEA Impact webpage where you can go there to check out different ASEA blog posts and things like that. So let's bounce back into the app here. Now it's broken up into different sections here. We've really broken it up into our top ASEA videos, which is going to be our Share ASEA section. And you can see all of those videos just by swiping over here like so. And you can also hit the See All button here to see everything that we have uploaded here into the app that you can use to share. Lots of content here. I remember when we first launched this, we only had about 10 different videos, and so it's grown substantially. So hopefully you can find the right videos that you're looking for. Now down below here, we have our Share ASEA stories. This is going to be where you're going to find your different testimonial content and different ASEA athletes kind of sharing their ASEA story. We're working on adding some more content in here so that this does not get stale, but you're going to find some good stuff in there. Our product resource section, where you're going to find a lot of our different brochures, product pamphlets, and booklets that you can use to share. Now each of these pieces of content, such as this ASEA VIA brochure, you can tap on it and you can click on this little eyeball here to preview it and go through the PDF document just like this. And the same way with videos, if you simply tap on it, you can hit the play button there to preview the video content, just like that. Share social media, which I'll get into in a minute, but this is where you're going to find a lot of your different social media images that you can share on Facebook and different group messages and things like that. This area is going to start growing substantially, so we're excited to get some fresh content in there for you guys. So down here below, before I skip this, Share ASEA websites. This is a really cool area where you can share different ASEA websites. We added this recent one here for Renew 28. And if you simply tap on it and click on the eyeball here, it's going to bounce you over to this website to kind of give you an idea of what it's going to look like so. Let's bounce back into the app now, and so on. So I can keep going here through the list here, but you can get a rough idea of what the content here is. Our app training section is one I do not want to ignore. This is where you can find our updated quick start guide, contacts overview, and all of our different 3 to 7 minute videos that we put together here for you that you can use as a resource. So one of the things that we want to talk about here is how to adjust your settings and your picture. So some of the first things that you're going to want to set up here is getting your picture set up. Now you can see here on my Android device, I don't have my picture set up. It just properly hasn't synced over from when I set it up previously. So if you click on this little image here, that's likely going to be your initials if this is your first time logging into the app. If you tap on it, you're going to get into this area called My Profile. And you're going to see right here, it's going to have your initials and your name. All that information gets brought over from ASEA when you get this account created. If you tap on the My Info button here, this is where you can make sure your name is accurate, make sure your email address is accurate, and so on. And make sure you also put in your phone number to make sure it is accurate there. So what I'm going to do here, since I already have an image set up, is I'm just going to slightly change my bio and hit save. And it's going to add my photo in there and keep everything all nice and synced up. So that's some of the first things that you're going to want to set up is your profile. Make sure that that is accurate, because when you share content, which on my iPad here, I'll show you an example. Let me go ahead and play this video. Up here at the top right, you're going to notice here it's got my name, it's got my photo, and things are looking, let me pause that. Things are looking more professional. It looks like it's actually coming from me instead of some other site. So that's just a nice little touch that this app has. This is an example. This screen here is an example of what your prospects or contacts are going to see when you start sharing with them. So let's go ahead and back up here. So you go through your settings here, and there's a couple areas I want to just talk about here. The first one was the My Info section. The second one is going to be your market and language. If you tap this, this is going to allow you to change the content to any one of these different pieces or any one of these different markets that we have content in. And so as you're going through, if you're working with an associate in Australia, for instance, you're going to want to go to the Australia market. If you are in United States, for instance, to share content that is compliant for Australia. And as you go through that, you can load the content for different markets and keep it all in sync. Just keep in mind that by selecting a different market, you acknowledge that you are accessing media intended only for the newly selected market. So, for instance, you're not going to want to share United States content to Australia, to an Australian prospect, for instance, and that's really what that is stating. So moving along here, if I back up here, the share options, you're not going to really spend too much energy on that area in terms of your settings. If you click on your settings here, this is where you're going to find some extra options and some areas that you're going to want to use sometimes here. You have options for a fingerprint login. You can change your time zone and things like that. But the important area I want to show you here is the log out and the clear cache button. If your app is running into issues and it's not loading like it should, the clear cache button should solve most of your issues as you guys are going through this. It will clear your cache and load things up more effectively for you. So let's bounce back here and let's go into the next area I want to talk about here, and that's going to be finding your favorite ASEA content. So as you're going through this, you're going to want to find different videos and media that you're going to want to share on a regular basis. And you can see here at the top of my iPad, I can go through these different areas. I can find some of these videos like this workout relief video here. And if I like it enough and I want to access it on a regular basis, I can tap this favorite button here and mark it as my favorite. And just like that, it is marked as my favorite. Now, where does that go that I've marked it as my favorite? Whenever you mark something as your favorite, you're going to find a section, which mine is down here, marked as your favorites. This is where I have my different promotions, my compensation plan PDF, all of these different areas of the app that keeps it all contained in one nice, easy to find area. And I can move that favorite area up to the top by tapping this little filter button up here and grabbing my favorites by these three lines here and sliding it all the way to the top and hitting done, so that this is now at the top of my list and it's something I'm going to access on a regular basis. If someone is always asking me about the Michelle Salt story, I have it there at the top of my list. So just like that, you can grab all your content and keep it fresh. So the next thing I want to talk about here is adding your first contact. So this is a fresh start here on my app, and so it's going to go through a lot of the same process that you're going to see on your end. When you tap on content down here at the bottom, which is right here, I already have it loaded up here on my iPad, but over here on my Android, you're going to see that I have my contacts loaded up here, and it's going to give me a quick introduction about what the contacts are and how to use them. So let's click on Got It, and it's going to ask me to sync device contacts. Now this is probably the #1 area that people get into the most trouble if they don't know what they're doing here. So if your phone has 2,000 contacts and you do not want to bring all of your contacts into ASEA Connect, then you're not going to want to hit Select All Contacts. You're going to want to sync Select Contacts. So if you want to be more selective of which contacts you're going to want to share ASEA content with, then you're going to want to use the select contacts, which I'm going to do just now. So I just tapped it there, and it's going to ask me to allow ASEA Connect to access my contacts. I'm going to hit allow. And from here, this is where I can browse through my contacts. I have a few hundred contacts here, and I can go through and find some of these people here and add them manually here into my app. Let's go through my list here and find a couple of my test contacts that I'm going to want to bring over. Here we go. So we're going to tap on the blue sync button, like so. So it says synced. And then I'm just going to hit the X up here at the top. And that's it. Those contacts are now synced over to my ASEA Connect. Now, fairly straightforward process on the iPad as well. If I hit sync device contacts, I'm going to choose select contacts, and I'm going to go through my list, and I'm going to find somebody to sync, and I'm going to tap them, and I'm going to hit done at the top right. That's going to add those contacts into my phone. Now, adding a contact manually, which I know a lot of associates do, they're out on the go and someone asks a question about ASEA, they're going to want to get them in the phone and in the app quickly so they can start sharing. The plus button is where you're going to do that. So let's go here on the Android and let's tap the plus button and let's create a new contact that we're going to share here in ASEA. So I'm just going to name this one Test Contact David. I'm going to put in a phone number for David here. And we're going to hit save. Now with the Android phone, what that did is it saved Test Contact David to my device contacts. And if I want to get him into the ASEA Connect app, I need to manually sync device contacts. And I need to find David in here. This is something that the developers who created this app are working on fixing. So let's go here and add Test Contact David into ASEA Connect, synced, hit the back button, hit the X, and now Test Contact David should be showing up here in my list. Two seconds here, guys. There we go. So now moving along here on our contact list, we have added some contacts. Now a couple cool things that you can do with these contacts is you can see up here at the top we have some headers for all, hot, and cold. You can mark these contacts as hot or cold, hot being a lead that you're going to be contacting regularly, somebody who is actively engaged to the ASEA content. So marking them as hot is going to be a way for you to quickly find them. So Bernardo here, let's go ahead and mark him as a hot contact by pulling him to the right. And let's say Bet here, she's just not interested in ASEA right now and she is not paying attention to the things I'm sending her. So let's go ahead and mark her as a cold contact for now. Maybe we'll try and reach her at another day. So you can then find all of your contacts that you categorize here in the hot and cold section. And just like that. So the next topic I'd like to talk here about is sharing using a text message. And we're going to use our example contacts for that. I am going to use my own contact for Derek Woodward to share content with him. And so we're going to go to the tools section here at the bottom. Let's find something to share. This brand new We Are Redox video that I just added yesterday. So let's mark it as my favorite. And let's go through the process of sharing it with a contact. So when we tap on the asset or the video, you got this little share window that pops up in the frame here. This is going to be the most important area that you guys are going to be using, so it's important to understand what it is here. You have your email option, you have your SMS option, you have sharing on social media, and you also have a copy link. What copy link is for is, imagine you have a group text message that has 10 different ASEA associates in there and you want to share the one video with them. Hitting the copy link button is a good way to just simply share the video or the content without worrying about the tracking link that goes along with that. So in this example, share using text message. Let's go through that process now. SMS here is where you're going to want to share that. So let's hit SMS. SMS also means text message. If you haven't heard that reference before, sometimes you're going to see in the app SMS, and that is a reference for text message. So let's go through there, and after we hit SMS, it's going to have me select a contact to share this to. So let's go here to this Derek Woodward contact. And it's going to tell me to ensure proper tracking, make sure I only send this to Derek Woodward. So for instance, what I'm sending should only be intended for one person because my app is going to get notified that Derek has opened it, Derek has watched it, Derek has clicked on the links inside the link or inside the video. So let's hit OK here. It's going to open up my text messaging platform here. And you can see here, we have this nice little video link here. Whoops. And up at the top here, we can go in and add something quickly to the top. And we can go ahead and send it. Now, if all goes well, my iPad over here is going to get a notification that my contact has clicked on the link. So let's do just that here. Let's tap on this link here. And right there on the iPad, you can see Derek Woodward has viewed the video. That's what we want to see. So on the iPad here, or excuse me, on the Android device, let's go ahead and click on one of these links, such as the order link here. One of your contacts has visited your ASEA site. So this is an account that is connected to the ASEA back office because I really wanted to show you guys what these different links do what these different links do for different contacts or prospects as they click on them, which is really cool. You can share them a link to content and they're going to be able to click on a link to buy if they would like, or actually join ASEA. So let's go back into the app now. Okay, so that was an example of sharing using text message. Now, on my iPad, you can see there I still have those notifications. I'll show you what to do with those notifications here in just a minute. The next example I want to show you guys here today is how to share using social media. And the way we're going to do that is, first, I'm going to show you how to share a tracking message using Facebook Messenger, for instance. And we're going to use my iPad for that because that iPad is connected to my Facebook at this point. So let's go here and let's find a piece of content to share. Now, you know what? Probably the better way to do this here is if we're on our contact already. Let's say we want to share something with Bet here. So if I tap on Bet here, I have this button here for Share Tools. And now what I can do now is I can go in and I can find the content that I would like to share. Let's say it's this fast forward video here. If I tap on it, I have a button here for copy. Now what we're going to do now, let's pretend like Bet is a contact in ASEA Connect that I do not have a phone number, I do not have an email address for, but I do know that we're friends on Facebook, so I'd like to share some content with her through Facebook Messenger, and I'd like to know when she opens up that link. So you remember I started with going to the contact, clicking on Share Tools, and then I could find the video that I would like to share, and then I can tap on the Copy Link function here. Now what this is going to do is it's going to copy the link to my clipboard. Up at the top there, you get notification for that, and now we can go in to Facebook Messenger, and we can start a new message. We'll just do it to myself here for now. Let's pretend like this is our Facebook friend, and we can now paste that link in here, and you can see right there that link is going to be the link for the fast forward video that we had selected for our contact. All right, and we can add a carriage return there just to keep it clean. And let's go ahead and send that out. So now that this comes into frame here, you can see, hey, check out this video. And if Bet was going to be clicking on this, which we're going to do just now, it's going to then tell me that my contact, Bet, has viewed the video for Fast Forward Challenge. Now, this is an important way for our contacts to be able to be shared using Facebook Messenger and actually have it be a tracking link. Now, keep in mind that the contact that you are sharing it to in ASEA Connect does need to have at least a phone number here, because when you're adding contacts, it needs to at least have something in there. So if you're adding contacts from Facebook Messenger, put in a fake phone number with all 8s in there, and then it will allow you to actually share tools and add that contact so that you can share it on Facebook Messenger. So as we get through that, I'm going to be working on a video that's going to help explain that in a little bit more detail, but that's a question I get quite a bit. How do I share on Facebook Messenger and have it still have a tracking link? So we do have a solution for that. It's a little clunky when you're first adding the contact, but it's going to work for you guys, and I'm really excited that we have that for you. So the next thing I want to talk about here is how to share on Facebook on your feed, right? If you have a nice new ASEA video that you want to share with everyone who might be interested in ASEA, I can show you how you can do that here. First, by finding the video that you would like to share. Let's say we want to share this after sun care video here. You can tap on the video, you can hit social. Now it's going to ask us to write a unique message about this video. So let's go ahead and do just that. All right, let me know if you have any questions. Okay, let's hit copy now. So the reason it needs to be unique, just to make sure I explain this to everyone here who's watching, is social media accounts and social media posts do struggle from having too much spam. And so what this app is doing is to try and make sure the content that we're posting is more organic and it's not as simple to post the same content. So we want you guys to use this platform to be unique in what you're sharing, and that's why it's asking for a unique message. So let's go ahead and hit copy. Now your message has been copied. You can now paste it onto Facebook. So let's go over here to Facebook now. And let's go ahead and paste this right here. Now you can see here, it pulled in that link, that video, and that's exactly what we wanted to see. And I pasted up here at the top that text to my message. So now I can hit next here. And I'm going to share this with just only on my feed. And I'm going to share it. I'm going to get some quick notification that it has been shared successfully. And there we go. And now that it's been successfully shared on Facebook. Now something cool that you can do with that after you share something on Facebook, such as that, is you can go bounce over to Facebook and take a look at what it's going to look like. There it is. And as I click on it here, this is what the experience is going to be for anybody organically cruising around Facebook and seeing your new video. They're going to be able to click on that and see the different videos and the things that you're posting there. Now, something I've seen other associates do, which is a really nice tip, is in the comments here, you can add your own ASEA website into the comments. So let's go back into the app and I'll show you how you can do that here. ASEA Connect 2.0. Let's go here to our Share ASEA websites. Now here, the third one in, we have one, My ASEA page. If I tap on that, this is going to be my replicated website. So let's go ahead and open that up here and I'll show you what that looks like. Perfect, there it is. There's my replicated site where people can learn more about ASEA and contact me directly. So let's go ahead and hit copy. Down here at the bottom here. A link has been copied to your clipboard. And now let's bounce back over to Facebook. And let's go to the comment section. Let's go ahead and paste that there and submit. So what that's going to do now is that's going to post a new comment, and then they have this My ASEA page here, and this is going to send people directly to your ASEA page for more information. So you can imagine the possibilities with sharing content on Facebook. It has taken a whole new level, and I hope you guys start using it more frequently. So the next thing I want to talk about here is these different notifications that you saw me receive there. What do we do with those notifications? So you can do anything here with these. So as you're going about your day, you can tap on these notifications, like Bet here has visited your site. It's going to take you right to her contact, to where you can call her or send her a message saying, hey, I noticed you watched my video. Did you have any questions about it? Or something like that, right? And all of these notifications are all going to be stored in the feed section of the app. So as we tap on feed here, you can see here is all the things that I've sent here, at least on this side. You can see that I've sent a video, Derek has viewed the video, visited the site, clicked the order, and things like that. Now you can mark these as a reminder so that you can follow up with them later by swiping them to the right, like so. All of your reminders are then stored up here at the top under reminders. So if you're going through your different actions from your associate and you want to follow up with Derek, you can pull them over to the right there and follow up with them at a later date. So that's a nice little area. The notifications and feed center, as you start sharing with a lot of your contacts, it's going to be quite a bit of people in there. So I'd recommend adding some photos to your contacts just so that you can easily distinguish between the different contacts and the activities that are going on in your app. So the last area I want to talk about before we open this up to a quick Q&A with you guys is the business tiles. So let me tap over here on the business tiles area here. And you can see we have already, this is a good example account because this one is connected to the back office. If you tap on the business tile tab, you're going to see all of these different associate stats and reports that we have put together here for you so that you can see your earnings, your commissions, your order history, and a lot of different areas just like that. So it's a really nice area that you can follow up on and see your last orders. And in addition to that, you can even scroll down and get access to the ASEA virtual office by hitting the open button here. And it's going to bounce you right into the virtual office without the need to log in. You're already logged into ASEA's official app, so it's going to put you right in here where you can then jump in and access any additional reports or metrics, view your downline, and things like that. So this app does have it all, and what I've really talked about here today is really scratching the surface of what ASEA has planned with this app, and I'm really excited to show you more about it as we get into the next year, as we start rolling out some of these additional features. And so if you guys have any questions, now would be the time to ask them in the chat. I'm going to go through here and mark everyone as I'm going to allow you guys to talk here on the call. And this is normally where we have a nice little area where we can kind of have a nice little forum to talk about anything that you're dealing with on the app or anything that you can use my help and support here for. And while you guys are thinking about any possible questions, I'm going to load up our ASEAConnect.me website, and I'm going to show you where we can find our different training that we have here in the app. So if I tap on training here after I go to ASEAConnect.me, if you go to this page and tap on training, this is where you're going to find all of our additional training videos that we have here in the app. I'm going to talk to our guys here about turning off that beeping noise there on the app. It's a little distracting. So when you tap on training there, you're going to see all of the videos that we've posted. Here's the last one that we did on last Thursday, and you can see it right here. And you can watch it and gather some additional information there in the app, kind of the topics that we talked about here today. So if you guys don't have any questions here, I will go ahead and get this guy posted up here so that you guys can share it and watch it. And as always, if you need to reach me, you can do so at the two different email addresses here, connect@ASEAGlobal.com or dwoodward@ASEAGlobal.com. I hope you guys all have a great weekend, and I appreciate you for staying on the call. Thanks so much, everyone. Bye-bye.